Yes, go ahead.
Okay, have we convened yet?
Oh, yeah.
We have, okay.
Pledge has
Thanks.
been said, we're done. As far as convening is concerned, continue. Dawn,
Would you like me to go forward with that, Delegate
please.
Kerr? Okay, Chair Ciliberti.
Matter.
David had written an amendment to that House Bill, now House Bill 1234, adding in the language of making it a resident agent instead of a Maryland residency. And that is due to the opinions that we had received from the AG, and you guys had reached out to Sandra Brantley and got an opinion on whether the delegation could require a Maryland resident or a Frederick County resident for that fact. And it came back that we could not. And therefore we put in an amendment to ask for a resident agent. And she said we could do that it is okay to require a resident agent on the license.
Delegate
That's
Pippi,
it. That's it in a summary.
Delegate Pippi, your hands up? Oh, okay. My bad. All right. So where are we on this?
We can't vote.
We can't vote. Did, excuse me, Mr. Chair,
Sir,
did you mention Delegate Cox yet?
I'm sorry?
Did you mention Delegate Cox yet? He contacted us this morning and said he's in the hospital with his wife as they had a child. So let us offer congratulations to Delegate Cox this morning.
Blessed health to mom and the baby.
So he's unable to join us.
I think that's a fairly valid excuse.
He uses it often.
What number is he on?
Is this 10?
I thought it was 12.
Oh, gosh.
Well, we'll start a pool.
We've obviously lost count.
Well, we can start a pool.
Are we missing our esteemed Senate colleagues?
We are, both of them.
It looks it. I know Senator Young is in a voting session.
Okay, they
But
probably both are then.
Yeah.
They probably are. I see Senator Young has staff on, but we don't have a quorum. I don't think we can vote on anything.
Yeah.
All right. So what is our next
So,
item?
sorry,
Oh, yes, sir, David.
I realize we don't have a quorum. And I also realize that the bill hearing for these alcohol bills is, I believe, Monday. Is that correct in economic matters?
We've been told.
So, if we don't get the quorum today, it's not the end of the road for this amendment, just because Dawn, I think I heard you say that you were going to be testifying at economic matters. Is that correct? You don't need the amendment in hand. You can just speak to it at the bill, because it's just a bill hearing, if I'm not mistaken. It's not a voting session or anything. So if we can't get the quorum today, we could always try again next week. And that way, officially, the delegation votes in favor of the amendment, and then you can send a letter attesting that the delegation is for it.
Dawn and I can explain that in the hearing.
Yeah. So that's you do have that option. We're not completely out of time.
And Mr. Chair, I'm sorry, I might not be up to, I missed the first couple of minutes, but so forgive me if this has been covered. But Dawn and David, are we correct that the other liquor bills are duplicative and we can request that they be withdrawn? And all we need is HB 1234?
Yeah.
Speak to that.
There are two other bills that are they're the fraction thereof bills, and they both do the same thing. They're duplicative of one another, and then that same language is in House Bill 1234. So
The renewal bill is in 1234 as well? Mhm.
Is accurate, yes.
Okay, and I believe we requested the ECM to withdraw the duplicative bills. So we're just going forward Monday with 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's my understanding.
Mr. Chair, will you recognize my aide, please?
I'm sorry.
Um,
Yes.
So there are three bills, and I don't know that, I mean, we talked about withdrawing the three that are on the hearing docket for Monday, but the delegation hasn't voted on that, or so we have a letter to Chairman Watson, sorry, to accept the withdrawals and the amendment, which we'll wait on now. But I would assume that the delegation needs to weigh in on that. Because I know at least one of the bills is Delegate Pippi's. So,
Delegate
Sure.
Pepe. Delegate Pepe, yeah.
So just a couple suggestions. The only bill that there's no letter of support from the delegation is this Omni bill that we're discussing now. That's the only bill that's technically not in the delegation's name. I agree that if the committee accepts and approves the Omni bill, we can withdraw the other bills, but I would not withdraw any bills until the Omni bill is approved, because you hate to withdraw preemptively these other bills that are very simple, very likely to pass, and then for some reason have something screwed up with this Omni bill, which has a lot of different things in it. And quite frankly, it hasn't even been voted on, doesn't have a letter of support. So I agree with what Delegate Kerr is suggesting. However, I would wait to withdraw anything until after it's confirmed that this Omni bill is what I would not, and to Delegate Wilson, the chair of the committee, I wouldn't send him anything. And you can explain that in committee, just say, hey, we have a couple bills that are duplicative. Obviously, we just want to make sure that everything gets through. We're happy to withdraw it once we know that, you know, we're not moving forward. That would just be my words of wisdom. That way nothing, I don't know, happens at the last minute. You'd hate to withdraw good bills banking on this other bill getting through, and it may not. So.
Okay. Karen Lewis Young, delegate.
Thank you. This may be a rhetorical question, but can we get the concurrence of other members after the meeting, or do we all have to vote together in public? And if the answer is yes to that, we may have to find another time for voting purposes, because if we're down 3 people on a regular basis on Friday morning, I don't know that we're ever going to have a quorum again.
David.
So I know with respect to the Open Meetings Act, the whole COVID of it all has complicated things. I'm going to double check on some things after this meeting is over, and I can reach out to the members of the delegation or to the chair or vice chair to see if a vote via email or something like that kind of is allowed. I think if it is allowed, it's, you know, the delegation will have to make a note of it, like on the publicly somehow, whether it's on the Facebook or the website, being like, hey, this happened and this was the vote, how people voted. But let me double check on that and get back to you later today, just to see if that's okay. If not, I think maybe finding another time for a voting session when everybody can be available is a good idea.
All right. If we move this from Friday to Thursday, would that have a positive impact or zero impact? Not too many heads going, no. All right, just throw it there.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, I think Monday might be a better option for voting purposes, because most people at least early in the day, have much more flexible schedules.
Well, I personally don't have any problem with that. What are your thoughts?
We
Don't
could,
concur?
we could schedule a voting session for Monday morning, and that would take care of this prior to the bill hearing in ECM.
Okay. Any other input? Dawn, any problems with that?
I'm not opposed. I'll be available.
Good. Well, put that in the form of a motion and let's get it in motion.
I move that we hold a voting session Monday morning at 9 a.m.
9 is good.
Still can't vote.
Well, let's pretend that
We're thinking out loud.
let's make a motion to meet on Monday, to make a motion to vote on meeting Monday.
Perhaps. Either that or set aside the rules. No, is there a second to that motion?
I guess it's useless. Let's just agree we're going to meet Monday at 9 o'clock.
I don't have any problem with that.
All right.
Good. Okay. Is that it?
And make sure just as soon as possible to get a public notice out about that.
Okay.
Best practices.
Very good. So Monday it is 0900. Agreed upon. That's it. Anything else?
Mr. Chair, I'm told that you have the power and authority to set a meeting
Do I?
by yourself.
I'm sorry. Yes, I.
You have the power to set a meeting by yourself.
Well, I'd rather not meet by myself.
You don't like the company?
Well, I'm used to it. Yes. Well, okay, fine. Then that's it. Monday morning at 0900. Voting session, correct?
Correct.
Good. Anything else? Wow. It's overwhelming.
I have a question, Mr. Chair.
Delegate Pippi.
Have you already submitted for the delegation bills that we've already, I guess, been dropped that are scheduled for hearings? Do they all have letters of support that have been submitted to the committees already?
To my knowledge, everyone was. The clerk said there was one missing and she would take care of it. So to answer your question, we're in good shape.
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
The shape we're in. All right. Anything else? Well, is there a move to adjourn?
We have, I think we're still on old business, Mr. Chair. We have,
Frederick County Liquor Board bill amendments.
so we have a
You
couple
have-
more agenda items to go.
Well, I pushed the button. Okay. Now, Delegate Kerr, you have had conversations concerning this issue, correct? The Liquor Board bill amendments?
Excuse me.
I should say.
Are we still on the liquor board amendment?
Yes.
Yes. All right. That's all. I believe that that's all ready to go. And we can just pick that up on Monday morning.
All right.
I think the next item of business will be the follow-up from the meeting we had with the Farm Bureau on Saturday.
Yeah, who would like to address that? Delegate Kerr?
I requested that be put on the agenda. Delegate Lewis Young and Senator Huff and Delegate Cox and I were at the Farm Bureau on Saturday. There were two items that are before the legislature this year that they asked for us to specifically support. So I was following up with that. The one is House Bill 562, Consumer Protection Right to Repair Farm Equipment. And then the other was Senate Bill 800, Sales and Use Tax Electricity for Agricultural Purchases Exemption. And so I asked those in attendance that day, should we do a delegation letter supporting these two legislative initiatives on behalf of the Farm Bureau? There seemed to be some interest in doing so. So I'm bringing that up again today. We can discuss it briefly and then put that on the voting session for Monday morning. If those of us in agreement here today think it's a good idea, we can go ahead and get those letters of support drafted in preparation for a vote on Monday.
Comments or discussions on that? All right. Thank you, Delegate Kerr. Any other items?
Delegate Lewis Young asked to be recognized.
Oh,
I agree. I think that's a good suggestion.
Okay, so Ann, you want to go ahead and draft those letters of support for us? Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
no worries. All right. As far as new business, anything,
Delegate Young is asked to be recognized again.
Sorry.
missing
Going back to
Ann.
our prior topic, I just texted Senator Young and Huff, and I heard back from Young, who said he can't meet at 9, but he could meet at 10 or 10:30. So I would recommend that we wait and hear from Huff, and if we can get a quorum of committed people at 9, we go for it. And if we can't get 5 committed people at 9, we try to push it back an hour.
well, that certainly makes sense. Shall we put this in the form of a motion, or
We can't.
we can't? That's right, can't vote, sorry. All right, well, we're going to take that under advisement. 10 a.m. Senator Huff, Senator Young. All right. Any other old business? Delegate Kerr?
We are moving on now to future meetings that we have planned.
Well, new business.
Nothing else in new business, Mr. Chair.
Any others? As far as the new business is concerned, County Executive Gardner wants to present a bill. At least I've been advised of that. Is County Executive Gardner with us? I'm sure she is.
Yes, I am here today. I did want to ask you, and you can put this on your Monday agenda, whatever you so choose. We were wanted to come to the delegation to seek your support for House Bill 1052, which has been introduced by Delegates Holmes and Stein on behalf of the Laird and Flynn families. You may remember that in August of last year, we had a line of duty fire death, Battalion Chief Josh Laird, his wife and the wife of another firefighter in Howard County have been advocating for a bill that is called gas piping systems, construction requirements. And basically they're trying to replace unjacketed CRST tubing with a jacketed arc resistant tubing. The concept here is that when a house is struck by lightning and causes a fire, that gas line, if it's that flexible unjacketed tubing, will rupture and add to the fire. And so they have asked for this to be addressed through state legislation. And so because we have one of our firefighter families asking for this, we would respectfully ask you to sign on to this bill. It has the support of myself as county executive, and I believe Council President MC Keegan-Ayre is on here. It has the council support as well.
That's House Bill 1052.
Yes, and if you want to re-add that to Monday, you can certainly do that since you don't have a quorum. We just tried to get on the agenda to seek your support for this bill.
All right, we'll put it on the agenda for Monday. Thank you. Anything else, County Executive?
That's all we had for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, let's see. Well, any other comments to make about the issue of the next meeting? Future meetings. I have 2 dates here that have been presented to me. Briefing from DLS, Policy Analyst Valerie Monroe, talking about state aid. And that is scheduled for February 25. And then we're meeting with our Congressman Trone, March 18th. Both, I'm told, are set in stone or concrete, take your pick. Any public comments?
Delegate Lewis Young has asked to be recognized.
Oh, yes, thank you. Now I see your hand, Delegate Young. Okay.
I just heard from Senator Huff. He can make 9 a.m. on Monday.
Good news. And Delegate or Senator Young is still in voting session, correct?
He can't make 9, he can make 10. So, you know, it,
Well, I can make 10 too, so game over.
okay,
We'll meet at 10.
okay.
Okay. Well, the future meetings has been established. The issue of public comment, since the public is very difficult to find. Sorry. Well, any other business? Well, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Well, we can't do that, but
That's
we
true.
can't vote on it. So I think you
Forget about
chair is going to have to just adjourn us.
We're adjourned. Amen. Thank you very much.
Until
Have a good
Monday.
weekend. God bless.